morning, the books is in. The books are in. Yep. They in. They're here.
Log in to KofiPaisaTV.com and get Spears of the Mossy Volume 1 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, from Spears the Pen Volume 2 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, Spiritual Combat Volume 3 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, One Night Before Bed by Any Harek Shawn Calfunny, Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland by Kofi Paisa, From Cocaine to Consciousness by Any Harek Shawn Calfunny, As I Learned, We All Learn by Kofi Paisa. Also, if you want fresh merch, go to our online store, Family Connect Apparel, and get all the brands. Also, get our 54 deck of quiz and educational cards available now on KofiPaisaTV.com.
ETM Hotel, Randy Shawn, welcome in peace. My name is Shawn. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Science with Shawn. Lafayette, John and Boca, y'all know what I'm kicking, you know, the west side, the northeast side. That's how we ride. You know what I mean? But before we get started, man, please like the show, share the show. Tell a friend, tell a friend. We are live on the Mossy Warrior Clan. Lafayette. Peace, brother Keenan was good. Jeremy was good. Brother Omar Rashad, brother from UK, salute. Brother Zane, what's up? Real hitters, what's up? Peace to everybody who will catch the replay of the video. I don't expect a lot of people to be tuned into today. We kind of went to war yesterday on Doggy Diamonds, even though it's not Doggy that's an issue. I heard it was his chat. They was kind of lighting us up. You know what I mean? Anytime you're promoting something that is anti, supposedly, them, there's an issue. Hold on one second here. 504. All right, so as people are coming in, peace, Charles. What up? It was pretty much a little question and answer on our end. I'm multitasking, so I'm trying to do my business and this at the same time. But yeah, that chat is crazy. I really didn't even care about the chat. There was so many people in the chat, I didn't even care. You know what I mean? I did see Kofi had sent a message to me in our back chat, and Kofi message was like, man, you know, he couldn't stand the comments. He couldn't stand the comments because the comments showed a level of ignorance that was unbeknownst to a lot. But that's not the only chat room that act crazy like that. Like, you appreciate Doggy Diamonds and salute the DoggyDiamondsTV.com, because Doggy was just straight up like, I'm not ready yet. I need more. I need to do my own research. You know what I'm saying? And that's where he was at with that. But it was everybody, like, how could you reject something without even properly understanding what it is that you actually dealing with? You don't know what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? And the level of ignorance is crazy. People don't know what a virus is. People don't know how mRNA vaccines work. People don't know how vaccines work at all. People don't know how the immune system works. People don't know what immunity or herd immunity is. There's so many different levels of this it behooves me that I would even entertain that type of an audience. And just to be real, we knew that they were going to take shots. So when you seen just going on a tangent at times, that was because he knew that they was taking shots. I just wasn't paying attention to the peanut gallery. Besides the fact none of those people were going to support our published works anyway. We were looking for the people who wasn't saying nothing in the chat, who might be listening and appreciated the information that we brought forth. So, really we was trying to appeal to the people who may be on the fence, but did not have all the information or the correct information for them to make an informed decision, because they might have lost somebody in their family and they know the severity of COVID-19, and they're not playing the YouTube game or the social media game with memes and all of that stuff. They're really losing people in their family. So, you know, um, it is what it is when it comes to that. But I see we got some people in the building like the show, share the show. I mean, I want to get some more people in here before I actually get into the actual gist of this particular show, because we are analyzing anti-vax clinical trial data. We gonna analyze the information from the anti-vax community. And guess what, y'all? I got it all. I got all the data. I got all the data from the anti-vax community, and we gonna go over it today. So I'm peace too smooth. I'm trying to see if we can get some more people in the building so that we actually can properly address the data that's available to us, and then we're going to see where do we stand with our brothers and sisters when this information is laid before us, scrutinized, and put through rigorous research methodology, or the scientific method, we should say. Jeremy, I want to see if your old lady want to tune into the show. Maybe she has some questions, and let's kind of deal with that. But first, let's deal with Zane's question real quick. Let's knock this out the park. The blood clot victims. So, Zane, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but I'm gonna keep it real gully. They halted the trials and realized why they halted the trials. They halted the trials because they had rare cases in 6 individual women, one transitioning. It wasn't necessarily the vaccine that caused the death, but it was more so some type of situation within these women that would cause blood clots, like the platelets. So I'm gonna give you the gist of the reason the trials was halted. Blood clots reported in 6 cases are known as cerebral venous sinus thrombosis. In all cases, the clots were seen in combination with low levels of blood platelets, a condition known as thrombocytopenia. All occurred among women between the ages of 18 and 48. The statement from the CDC and FDA said, and symptoms occurred between 6 and 13 days after vaccination. In addition to the fatal case, one of the women is in critical condition. So this is something rare. This was not seen in the vaccine trials. So this rare occurrence sparked the interest for them to halt Johnson & Johnson. Remember, 6.8 million people have already been vaccinated with Johnson & Johnson one shot. And you only had 6 cases that recently just happened. So they halted the trials to understand the data, to understand the premise, to understand the science. But we are looking toward resuming the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, administering the Johnson & Johnson vaccine quickly. the FDA and all the people, they're going to get together and they're going to deal with the data. They already got the data on this. It didn't take them long. They quickly understood that they had 6 individual people. They all wasn't in the same area. They were of a certain age range. This happened because of a unique rareness of something that dealt with them that they did not see in the earlier trials or the later trials, or even when it began to be administered. They realized that this look at all the information that they're giving us. They realized within the first, it says 6 to 13 days after vaccinations, this occurred. So they're precise with the data. They know exactly what they're dealing with. Yeah, I mean, I understand that you're at work. I know you tuned in, but if you want to get her to tune in as well, maybe she has some questions that she might want answers to. Maybe she just rejecting it out of ignorance, but maybe she isn't trying to reject it out of ignorance and wants to know more so that she can make an informed decision. Like, we're really not trying to tell anyone to get the vaccine. We're just trying to be honest with the information and let people know these vaccines are safe, effective, and they are doing exactly what they need to do. And just to be a little bit more clear, the vaccines are preventing infection and transmission, which should kill all the other arguments. But when we get into analyzing and critiquing the anti-vax clinical trial data and the information that they have brought forth, you will see this argument a little bit more better than you've ever seen it before. Trust me on this. I'm just waiting to see if we can get enough people in the building so we can review this data and we can go over it and we can look at the results. But I need your help. So I need y'all to like the show, share the show, and get some people in the building so we can build on this data that I know none of y'all have seen. None of y'all have seen. I guarantee you, none of y'all in the chat seen this data. I've out-researched everybody. None of y'all have seen this data. None. Zero. Zilch. Appreciate that. I want to see if we can help her out. So let's see. Give me a second. I see Teddy in the building. Can we get some more likes? Can we get some more people in the building? Peace, Blackwell. I see you. What's good with you? Come on now. Let's cook. Let's cook. Let's cook. I'm sending it to the people that's already in the chat. My bad, y'all. I undid it. Come on now. Like the show, share the show, tell a friend, tell a friend. They get these people in the building. Maybe I'm bored. I guarantee you after today, you ain't gonna think I'm boring. I guarantee you. I'm finna drop some nuggets on y'all head. It's finna go down. It's going up. Up there. Like Webby. The dumb way. The dumb way. It's going up. The dumb way. Yeah. That's how we doing it. What y'all think about the little kid with the rare occurrence. Yeah, if that's how you coming. That's how you coming, you will. Come on, man. Like the show, share the show, man. I don't ask y'all for much. Okay, peace, peace, peace. So, okay, Miss Blackwell, that's okay. I got you, bro. I got you. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to set out to try to address and answer the Miss Blackwell. If you got any questions, by any means, you can just lay them in the chat, and we're going to try to answer those questions. But what we're going to get into today has to be done right now. Like, we can't waste no more time. We got to analyze the anti-vaccine movement's data. They actually have data, ladies and gentlemen. We need to analyze the data. Unc ain't got it. Vincent Racanelli ain't got it. Sanjay Gupta ain't got it. The CDC ain't got it. WHO don't have it. Wuhan ain't got it. Nobody in Africa got it. Nobody in America. I'm telling you, y'all are going to trip when y'all see this data. We got the data. Yes, Miss Blackwell. We're going to get into the vaccines. With Science with Shawn, that's all I do is I talk vaccine talk. When you see Science with Shawn on the Master Warrior Clan, we talk vaccine talk over here. When you see if you don't see Science with Shawn on there, then we talking about African history, culture, and traditions, linguistics, archaeology, paleontology. We in the other fields, but we dealing with Africa and the African American experience. But when you see Science with Shawn, it's about them vaccines. But before I answer your very first question, I do again want to say hit the like button. If you're unsubscribed, subscribe and share the show for us on the real. All right, so I see that we got enough people in the building, so we're going to go ahead and kick today's show off. Man, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Science with Shawn. I don't know what episode this is, maybe 50, 60. We don't know. We lost count. But we here. We in the building, and we come to bring the noise. Today, we have breaking news. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to analyze the anti-vax clinical trial data. We are, for the first time regarding vaccines, are going to deal with the anti-vax clinical trial data. They have data, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'm going to answer Miss Blackwell. She can ask all the questions she wants to. She new to the channel. Her boo is in the chat. We going to respect both of them. We're not gonna disrespect her because she's here to learn and she got questions. And you know, he argued with her, and I'm trying to keep the arguing out of their household so that they can go home and live in peace with one another. And she can argue with me, maybe. You know what I'm saying? That take that energy away so he can work, come home to a nice little house. They ain't got to worry about nothing. And we answer the questions away based on evidence, not speculation, not emotions, not opinions, none of that. So with that being said, everything is everything. What's good, bro? We way beyond 28. I don't know where we at. Yeah, we all here to learn. So I don't even have to share my screen for this. Ladies and gentlemen, the anti-vax, whether you're in a black community, if you're on Sodnetter, Doggy Diamonds, on all the other YouTube platforms, guess what, y'all? Guess what their argument is? Their argument is over data that don't even exist for them. They arguing over the data that the scientific community has presented to the world. From the presentation of real evidence, the pseudoscience and anti-vaccine campaign movement twist the data to favor their little emotional rants and then go make up shit. This whole time, we arguing with people that's making up stuff. They ain't doing no trials. They ain't doing no testings. They ain't running no double-blind placebos. They don't have no data. That's why I ain't got to share my screen. So this whole time that we go on shows, we talk about vaccines, we try to educate our people, we try to answer questions and do everything, the whole time, we're just now realizing that they ain't even got no data. So what purpose does it serve for us to be the only ones that source up in this conversation and listen to the rhetoric? They have fooled us for the last few years. And we've dealt with claim after claim after claim after claim after claim. And when we ask them for proof, they ain't got it. They don't. They give us some conspiracy theory, which never checks out. The anti-vaxxers don't have any clinical data to prove that the vaccines are unsafe, that the vaccines don't work, that the vaccines aren't preventing infection and the spread of disease. They don't have any of that data. All they have is a belief and a position to take to argue against Big Pharma as one of their arguments. So the whole time, we've been sitting here reading all these journals, trying to slow the conversation down, trying to learn more about vaccine science, trying to learn more about evolution, try to learn more about how this vaccine, is it beneficial for Black people or is it not? They ain't even got no dang on data. They arguing over data that the scientific community is presenting without even cross-referencing, fact-checking, or any of that. They don't even know. They don't know, y'all. They don't know. So the whole time we sitting here reading comments in people's chat, shout out to Doggy Diamonds, they ain't even got a study that exists that would corroborate with any of their claims. All they have is contention. So from now on, we don't need to feed into the contention. What we need to do is to continue to study and educate ourselves and handle our business like that, straight like that. We can no longer act like these people got some information, because they don't. And they can have all the questions in the world because that's all they're going to have. But if you got a lot of questions in the world and you're asking questions because you're sincere, then we will entertain that. But if you're asking questions just because you want to be just anti something, then we need to get away from that. We need to get away from that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to change the topic. I'm not even going to play with people. You know what I'm saying? I chose that title because it was silly. It was silly. The whole time we've been arguing with a community who don't have any data. The whole time. So what we're going to do is answer our sisters' questions, and I'm gonna have some people come on the panel, and we're gonna get busy, and we're just gonna have some fun. We're gonna follow up the Doggy Diamond stuff. and deal with it like that. Like I said, I am working, I am handling my business, so I got stuff I gotta do. So just bear with me while I'm trying to do that. Transfer with promise star May 7. Had to CSG 33 days. Had to do. Okay, all right, so let's deal with it. So shout out to everybody that's tuned into the chat, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Robert Rand, Aronde, Brother Mathis, Scripps was good. Cedric, I see you in the building. DC was good. Thurman was good. You know what I'm saying? I got one of the questions from Sister Blackwell, is what she called herself. On here, we gonna respect her. We gonna respect anybody that come in, but we just gonna kick the science. So yeah, I pulled y'all legs, man. The anti-vaxxers don't have any information. They don't have any clinical trials. They don't have any data. All they have is a position, a belief, and an emotional response to something to be anti something. So let's deal with this. There's my questions. All right, okay. Is it true people are dying from this vaccine? The answer to this question, Ms. Blackwell, is no, it is not true. We don't have any confirmed deaths. And if we did have confirmed deaths strictly from the vaccine, we have over 100 million people in America that have at least one dose, about 172 million people to be exact, that have had at least one dose of the vaccine, or maybe 180, right? Out of that 180 million people, you have people that are reporting something to VAERS, which is a reporting system. It is not confirmed cases. It is a reporting system. So they are reporting deaths, and the total amount of VAERS reporting is about 1,600. So you do 1,600 and you divide that by the 170 million people who received the vaccine, and you get about 0.0003 or something like that, or 0.04%. So there's not even a 1% of the population. Now, a better question would be, is the vaccine causing some type of reaction that could trigger the death? Now, that you can say potentially, because people have weird immune systems, like the doctor in Florida who had the ITP issue, which is similar to what the six sisters with the blood clot thing is dealing with, except for the ITP is an issue where the doctor who got the vaccine, his body was trying to fight itself. So it triggered an ITP, which is a rare response, and his body, this symptom has happened before with him, but I don't know why it wasn't brought forth to anyone's attention. He wasn't paid attention to longer, but either way it go, no matter if it was this vaccine or if it was another vaccine that he's had before, his body would resist the vaccine and fight itself. So if you want to have that, you can. If you want to have the sister who got her vaccine and then 30 minutes later walked out to her car who hadn't took her medications and she was diabetic and all the other, I give you that too. But no, as far as deaths in the population, people die every day. Not to be disrespectful or anything like that, but people die from illnesses every day, and that's really not substantial in this conversation. We take it to heart, and we can give you deaths. We can give you 1,600 if you want them, because that's how many reporting in VAERS, but they're unconfirmed. When realistically, it could be maybe 200, 100, or 200 people, possibly. I mean, we really only know of realistically like 5 or 6. Potentially, because we have that data based on the results. Family members and came out and things of that nature. Like, we have that saying where they did receive the vaccine, but all the other stuff people are doing it, they're just claiming it. So no, we don't have enough evidence to say that people are dying from the vaccine. We're trying to give you deaths, but we don't have the evidence for that. I got you, bro. I got you. Friendly debates with your old lady. Yeah, I got you. So what would be your next question? I'm looking for Miss Blackwell. I ain't listening to none of y'all. Y'all retarded. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, last night, Doggy Diamonds chat. Yeah, it was. Well, I don't know what Sonetta chat like these days. I mean, I don't go on that channel. I don't waste my time over there. We kind of deal with evidence. We deal with evidence. So I'm scientific. So and I kind of heard. Well, I didn't kind of hear, but I know your boy got the vaccine, but yeah, he let people sit there and do that talk on his show instead of him saying, well, I got the vaccine and ain't nothing happened to me. I'm still doing interviews and I'm still doing this and I'm still doing that and I got the vaccine. Yeah. Okay, so the next question, I think this is the next question. Okay, so depending on the person's immune system will determine the grave effects of the vaccine. No. Um, Now, what's good about this is that we have determined that everybody's immune system and immune response is going to be different, right? Because everybody don't have the same immune system. Okay, so let's use CK in the chat as a case study. CK, you see her as CK the poet, right? Shout out to CK. CK the poet. When she received the Pfizer vaccine, she kind of had a small adverse effect. She said it lasted for maybe about 10 hours. After that, she was good. Whereas when I got the vaccine, all I had was a sore arm. But when my brother got Johnson and Johnson, my brother, he was cool, and then the next day he said he was real sore. His back was sore, and his legs was sore, and he just kind of felt weak, like he had the flu. And that was the vaccine working. Now, Unc just got the booster shot, and he was feeling uneasy after the second shot. But the first shot, he didn't have any symptoms or anything like that. Neither did I. We just had sore arms. That's but if you look at the sheet, it tells you when they give you the vaccine, they tell you what you can expect. But then when you sitting there trying to expect something to happen and it don't occur, then you like, shh, you move right on. Oh, y'all having a debate on who chat was the worst. Y'all crazy. Let's go to Zane's. I got a fair question. Is there evidence the vaccine is benefiting people? Yes, sir. There's tons of evidence. COVID long haulers, people who've been infected with COVID-19 have received relief from the vaccine. So there is relief, there is benefits, and people who have had the vaccination are receiving, are not transmitting the infection to anyone, and they're not being infected themselves. My next question. Isn't it true that this vaccine is a part of the New World Order? No. Like they're trying to kill us? No. Blackwell? No. The answer to your question is hell no. This vaccine science has been researched for 25 years. This vaccine science is about to break, give us some more groundbreaking news, because they are working on mRNA vaccines for cancer and HIV. So no. That's a hell no. So let me see. Let me give you some time to answer your questions, because I know that you're going to take you some time. Yeah, Sutek just got his vaccine less than 3 hours ago. Shout out to Sutek. He got the Pfizer vaccine. Yeah, he got the Pfizer vaccine. So no, this is not part of no new world order or anything like that. Absolutely not. Uh okay. Yeah. So CK said her boyfriend getting his second shot next week. Cedric said he had he had a bad cough, first round, second round, body aching. What African Emporium? Isn't Johnson and Johnson causing clots like AstraZeneca? No. Johnson and Johnson, and you may have missed this, niggas, but Johnson and Johnson, and I'm gonna repeat it for you, because you may be unfamiliar with it, but they're getting ready to restart those vaccinations back up. All right, so let's deal with Johnson and Johnson real quick. The blood clots reported in the 6 cases are known as cerebral venous sinus thrombosis, CVST. In all cases, the clots were seen in a combination with low levels of blood platelets, a condition known as thrombocytopenia, all occurred among women between the ages of 18 and 48. The statement from the CDC and FDA said, and symptoms occurred between 6 and 13 days after vaccination. In addition to the fatal case, one of the women is in critical condition. So there were 6 women who had some rare blood reaction. I mean, like low levels of blood platelets, which would cause clotting. And so what they did was halted it, the administering of the vaccinations, so that they could check to make sure this isn't coming from the vaccine itself, that this was rare cases. Like, we're going to see in the population rare cases of individuals that will have an experience that's unbeknownst to the human or to the trials. Because when you're in a trial, you got 40,000 people in a trial. That's not millions of people. You have to remember, they vaccinated almost 7 million people with this vaccine, with Johnson and Johnson one shot. And no, Johnson and Johnson's one shot is not acting anything like AstraZeneca. AstraZeneca vaccine was causing issues in many different places, and it was in abundance, outside the fact that their trial data was faulty and the science behind the vaccine was sketchy. If you're just coming in, please like the show or share the show. Please hit the like button for your boy one time. All right, so let me get into answer that question. Let me go down to the next one. See, Donnie had the one shot Johnson and Johnson. Yeah, he said to the next day. He said his arm was sore. Yeah, they have better ways to kill us. I got my Moderna last week, just a little soreness. That's right, Raheem. Okay, so next question. Okay, so just hit me out on this one. Okay, so wouldn't it be possible for the long-term effects to be damaging to our system? No. No. Explain why I said no. Because they're always studying vaccines. So there's no long-term effects with any vaccine. Why would it start now? mRNA is just a technology that propels, that creates a way for us to get the vaccine and make it much safer. Because before, people complained about them making the vaccines with the dead or weak strand in the vaccine. And people was hesitant saying, I don't want the vaccine because it's got a dead or weakened strand in it. That's poison. I don't want the poison in my body. But they didn't say anything about the cigarettes they smoke, or the fentanyl on the weed they smoking, or just the weed in general. They don't know where it's grown from. You know what I'm saying? It could, they don't know who rolled the blunt, but they smoking it. They could have laced it with heroin or some coke. You never know. So, or alcohol, for instance. Like, people are not using their logic here, or their, you know, even though it's kind of crazy to say that word, but people are not thinking correctly. So no, there won't be any damaging long-term effects. We're going to know if you're going to have any type of effect within the first 14 to 45 days. Or let's just say it like this, that's 6 to 45 days. Is the vaccine made from the virus? Depending on which vaccine you're talking about, because you do have China working on a vaccine that is made from a dead or weakened strain. And then you got the adenoviruses, which is not made from the virus, but it's made from something similar. And they are, you know, close to what the Sinovac or whatever the Chinese vaccines are doing. So no, the mRNA vaccine and the Johnson & Johnson is not made from the virus. No, in short, no. No, it's not. But I just wanted to answer your question, Sabio. All right. Another one. Johnson & Johnson current formulation is indeed suffering ambiguous efficacy. No, it's not. But at this point, emergency use authorization is per a person's biological conditioning. Huh? I don't get what you're trying to say. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying now. Because the rest of your message came in. Emporium. I got you. Yeah. But Johnson & Johnson really isn't suffering. They have great infectious rates. It's 72% initially, and then after the 28th day, it goes to 86%. And then they Johnson & Johnson also has a 2-shot trial that Chavis's wife is a part of, and we're going to see what the infectious rate is on those trials, and we can tell you more about that coming soon. Long-term effects of COVID-19. Come on, Zane. You know I done already answered this before, bro. But for the listening audience, the long-term effects of COVID-19 could be brain fog, which could ruin your taste of smell. Also called lingering brain damage, potentially. You could have lung respiratory issues with breathing. You could need a double lung transplant, or you may need a lung transplant. You would suffer from fatigue, along with shortness of breath. You could have COVID tongue, COVID fingers, COVID toes, which just basically means discoloration in your skin and your fingers, on your hands and your toes and feet, and potentially your face. Let me see, what else am I forgetting? Liver damage, of course, heart. I think I said heart already. Liver and kidneys can suffer. If you have any pre-existing conditions, it could heighten your pre-existing conditions and cause death. Those are the long-term effects of COVID. And you had people going 6 to 8 months with no taste or smell, and who have been vaccinated and have received relief from the vaccination, which is preventing infection and reducing transmission. All right, so next question. Isn't the vaccine only working for 7 months? No. The vaccine is working beyond 6 months, beyond 7 months. Moderna has already said that they're looking at their vaccine working over a year. But right now, based on the phase 1 trials, they basically stated, and let's do this. I wasn't gonna do this on this show. I'm really at work, y'all. But I'm working and I'm dealing with them at the same time, and we doing what we doing. Y'all can't hear what I'm listening to, but I'm actually listening to some calls. I'm listening to an agent talk right now, but I got it set up to where y'all can't hear it. I'm gonna share my screen for this, and then I'm just gonna keep it simple. All right. So the simplicity of this argument here is antibody persistence through 6 months. This is the key word. Let's look at what through means. Let's look at what through means. Moving in one side and out on the other side of an opening channel or location. Continuing in a time toward completion of a process or period. Expression moving into one side or another side as to continue in time forward the completion of a process. So we're continuing in the time forward. That's what through means. So in this here, it was a phase 3 trial they did with some healthy adults, and they did all the little stuff that they wanted to do. But the most important part is the last part of what I'm about to read to you. Ongoing studies monitoring immune responses beyond. So let's look at what beyond mean. What does the word beyond mean? I'm doing this for a reason, not to sound elementary or anything like that, but I want y'all to know at or to the further side of, happening or continuing after a specific time or event. At or to the further side of something after a specific time or event, the unknown, especially in references to life and death. So this is going beyond, okay? Ongoing studies are monitoring immune responses beyond 6 months, as well as determining the effect of a booster dose to extend the duration and breadth of activity against emerging viral variants. This is key. If there is a booster shot, it is to extend the duration and breadth of activity against an emerging viral variant because there's many new variants. Our data show antibody persistent and thus support the use of vaccine in addressing the COVID-19 pandemic. So the vaccine is creating antibody. It's not losing, it's not weakening. It's not low, so it's doing that. You see what I'm saying? So that's a little source right there I wanted to give y'all real quick. I didn't put that in the chat. I was going to do that for a different show. But I wanted to go a little bit further because, you know me, I got them sources. Y'all ain't got what I got. Nah, I'm just playing. So on the screen right here, here's another one. SARS-CoV-2 mRNA vaccine induced a robust germinal center reaction in humans. So in this study right here, this is talking about B cells. You can see right here, B cell derived monoclonal antibodies predominantly target the RBD. You see this? This is talking about B cells, okay? Now, in this study, they have found out that in recent history, when SARS-CoV-1 or just SARS-CoV was in existence, they had a woman who they had somebody that had created or induced B cells, right, from that. And they're saying that the Pfizer's vaccine, which is what people got, will help with the B cells. In short, or in layman's term, this is basically saying that there's a potential that the vaccine could induce the B cells and create an avenue of existing antibodies for as long as 17 years. Potentially, based on previous research. So this thing can go way, way out. And you can get the full text of the actual, but this is a hell of a source. And as you can see, its current status is under review for peer review timeline. But this is good information. They're just still doing the work on that. So remember, you heard it here first. mRNA is the best scientific approach based on it being the most proficient T cell operable. Oh yeah, yeah. Yep, mRNA the shit. Straight up. You ain't miss nothing from West Africa. Oh, West Africa. You did miss something. So we actually have I actually went in on the anti-vaccine clinical trials. I didn't know if you knew this or not, but the anti-vax movement or the unscientific community or the illiterate community, they did a clinical study, and the results of the clinical study was non-existent. All right. So you really didn't miss nothing, bro. She said that's all her questions. Nah, they can't be all your questions. They can't be all your questions. So yeah, so it's going beyond 7 months. They doing they saying beyond 6 months and things of that nature is because of their phase 1 trial data. And the people in the phase 1 trial, those 33 people who initially started the phase 1 trial, their antibodies have not weakened. And let me put it back on the screen for you so you can see it for yourself. So you know I'm not making it up. But in this study, it says that although the antibody titers and assays that best correlate with the vaccine efficacy are not currently known, the antibodies that were elicited by the Moderna shot, this is the mRNA 1273, that's Moderna's license, persisted through 6 months after the second dose, as detected by 3 distinct serologic assays. Ongoing studies are monitoring the immune response beyond. So let me give you a little bit more. As you can see, they throwing all the people up there. They going through the data phases and all of that, right? They just being there. They telling you that. They doing their thing. So right now, these antibodies that are building up from the Moderna and Pfizer's vaccine are lasting and they're not weakening. They are not reducing. So I just wanted to throw that out there for y'all again. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And that article was published on the 6th of this month. And I'm gonna put that in the chat for y'all. I'm gonna put the other one in the chat. So now I ain't gotta do a show on this. Yep. All right. So that can't be all her questions. Oh, she just being shy. So she gonna argue with you all day, but then she gonna be shy with us. So, I done heard you and Brock explain it 50, 11 times. That boy crazy. 50, 11 times. But can you explain the Bell's palsy thing one more time? Absolutely. So Bell's palsy actually occurs in the population regardless. The hell with a vaccine. Bell's palsy is like a nervous system. And the way that it happened in the vaccine trials is the same way it happens in the population without a vaccine. It's just a nervous system. It happens and then it goes away. It's not being triggered by the vaccine. It's just nerve. So, you know, it's just as simple as that. I can't put any more late issues on it. You know what I mean? This stuff happens to people in the population. So yeah, it looked like we are at that point where, let me drop this in the chat. We did lose a couple of people. I guess I wasn't pseudo enough for the people to stay around. Or maybe, they had to take a shower or something like that. But I'm not going to be on here too much longer. I did drop the link in the chat for anybody that want to come on. And if you had any further questions, we can answer them and keep it moving. But shout out Ms. Blackwell for just at least coming on and entertaining and asking your questions. We appreciate it. You're always welcome. All right, so let me see. There got to be some more. Yeah, man, I just need some likes though. I mean, y'all keep telling me this, that, and the third, but we still need some likes. We ain't got enough likes. We trying to do all the work we can, bro. Two more payments on this phone. Once they come over, it says tomorrow. All right. So yeah, thumbs up. So let's get into let's get into Doggy Diamonds, man. What's y'all take on Doggy Diamonds? We just at that point. You feel me? What up, ATL? Salute, man. Thanks. I mean, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. You know what I mean? I thank everybody. But yeah, Miss Black. Hold up. Cause you ain't put your first name on. You just put the Blackwell on there. So we got Science with Shawn all on the channel. If you click on the Master Warrior Clan YouTube channel, look for Science with Shawn. We'll be able to answer any of your questions. You know what I'm saying? Just watch some of those shows there, answer them briefly. You be good to go all day, straight like that. What up, Dave B? Dave B late. You missed the anti-vaxxers' primary source for the reason why they're anti-vax. Yeah, you coming like that. Yep, little publications. Let me see. I'm trying to catch back up to make sure I ain't miss any questions from anybody because I don't want nobody thinking that I was ignoring them. But I really want to know what y'all really think about Doggy Diamonds. So did y'all come to a conclusion on Doggy Diamonds chat versus Sachetta? Who chat was worse? What was the source for the anti-vax? Non-existent from West Africa. The only data that anti-vaxxers argue with is the data that scientists have provided for the community. That's it. It's that simple. It ain't nothing more, nothing less. The data that's available is it. What up, Chill? Chill said he felt so. I seen you in there trying to comment, Chill. You was in there trying to drop a little science on the people. From West Africa say both. Robert Rand said Doggy. Doggy's not like his Doggy's nothing like his audience. You know what I mean? He just doesn't get caught up in the other stuff. Like he doesn't piss the people off with what he knows. He just does his interview and keeps it moving. But he did take some shot at herbalists, and he took some shot at even some of the anti-vaxxers and things of that nature. Like, you know, he just was like, nah, I'm not getting the shot. I just need to do more work. Yeah, nah, yeah. Well, Doggy's channel was mainly about entertainment, hip hop, some history sometimes. He gets into other lanes and other areas when he brings on some teachers and things of that nature in the community. And he just interviewed them. It's not about him, it's about him interviewing those people. And so, uh, it's not about science to his audience. As you can see, that video's got like well over, I don't know how many. Alkaline water. Um, this morning, the video was at, let's see, the video was at like 4,000 views. It's at 8.8 thousand views right now with 344 comments. And you could catch me in there, I'm probably about 40 of them comments. Banging on them. This video gonna do over 10. I don't know how many it's gonna do because they got all these people commenting back and forth. So we really don't know what I don't know if that's a good look or a bad look for us. I think my approach is a little different than Unk's. I think that's it. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know too much. Yeah, they was misinformed. Yeah, it's at 8.81. Oh yeah, 8.8 thousand. Oh yeah, that's in there. We in the door. We're in the door right there. Yeah. So yep, that's pretty much how that went. That was hell. This one dude said Callaway would have fun with y'all. Nah, I wouldn't. Nah, I wouldn't. Yeah, dog is not spooked out. Yeah, his chat is. Yeah, his moderators was pseudo. Yeah, his moderators was pseudo. He ain't, but his moderators was pseudo. I don't think that any of these people, yeah, like I said earlier in the show, I don't think that any of the people understand what vaccine science is. They don't have a command or understanding for science, no matter who says it, what's said, or who's saying it, or how it's being said. Red Pill was in there trying to talk about Sabi cured all those things that he said he cured. He said he won his lawsuit. So I dropped a court document, PDF. Where in this court document did it say that Sabi actually won? Because I don't even know why Sabi even came up. And then one of the dudes in there just brought Sabi up and never used his products. I'm like, what the fuck? Too much personality worshiping, man. Straight like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a couple of more minutes though. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. People done came back. Left and came back. Hit that like button, share that show. Let's see what we can get 100 people in here. Nah, I just playing. No, I ain't gonna get no 100. Dog is still at the end said that he's not going to get the shot. Yeah, because he eats right and exercises. Yeah, Doggy was pseudo for that comment. But he said that ain't why he was gonna get the shot. He said he needed to do more research. He needed to do his own research initially. But some of them say things in the public that they don't say in the private. Sachetta, one of them. Yep. It feel good outside. I think I'm gonna give me a little light jog in. I jogged this morning. I'm gonna give me a little jog in again because I ate I had like a cheese piece and a salad, and I had that for like lunch, and then 2 hours later I ate 2 other slices, and I ain't had nothing to eat since about 5. I just had water. The rest of my water that I already should have drunk, but it's about to be gone. You hear my dog barking. So yeah, man, that's where we at with that. Yeah, from West Africa, that's true. I put the link in the chat, man. I know y'all see it. Y'all commenting right over it. I don't know if anybody got anything they want to say or be heard or promote or anything like that, and kind of move from there. Okay. So now you want to tell me that you got the book, huh? What book you got, Chill? What book you got? You just want to come out and say, "Oh, I got the book." You know what I'm saying? What book you got? You got the book that you in? Oh, okay. I drink a gallon of water every day. A gallon of water every day. I don't eat meat. I exercise. I caught a little COVID weight, but I'm not trying to get rid of all the COVID weight. I'm just trimming the fat. I'm trying to knock down as much as I can. I probably lost about 10, 11 pounds in about a week. I usually do that. I fast on Fridays, and I still got the vaccine. I've taken Dr. Sabi stuff, his products. I've had Bladerax and sea moss and something else he got. It was another little mineral that he had. I've even had some sea moss from Mama Peel. I even had KT the arts degree, that little crap that he said help clean your blood. I had some of their product. None of that stuff worked. I was gonna kill myself. I lost too much weight too fast. But so right now, yeah, I'm down about 11, 12 pounds, maybe a little bit more. But I just get it in. So, I want to, after I drink a gallon of water all day and I done ate, I want to get outside tonight and, uh, put on my Under Armours and put me on a hoodie and some jogging pants and bust me a block and, jog one good, maybe 2 miles. How I feel after the end of the 2 miles, I might try to give another mile in. And and if that's the case, I know I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna be sweaty. I'm gonna lose a little more. But I'm just trying to just get rid of some of that COVID weight. But nah, I still got the vaccine. I get my shot on Thursday, so I'm gonna be prepared. I might fast tomorrow because Friday, I know I might want to eat something after that vaccine, depending on how I feel. That boy crazy, contain the hood in you. Yeah, but did you get the alkaline sea moss? Oh man, the alkaline sea moss. That mug ain't preventing COVID. Ain't none of that stuff prevent COVID. What up, Stacy? You late, brother Stacy. We already kind of went over all the information, bro. We did. We kind of went over it, but it wasn't nothing to go over. I waited about 20 minutes to tell everybody that the anti-vaxxers don't have any data. The only data that exists is the scientific data that has been presented from the scientific community regarding vaccines. There's no data that the anti-vaxxers can provide us regarding mRNA vaccine safety, efficacy, and so on and so forth. It's just fear that they create. When they say we're the ones creating fear, no, we're not creating fear. We're giving you the data so that you can make an informed decision. It's not our decision to make for you. It's our job to make sure that we give you the best information so that you can make an informed decision when you go get the vaccine. And shout out to everybody put a 1 in the chat if you got the vaccine. Put a 1 in the chat. You got the vaccine, put a 1 in the chat. If you getting the vaccine, put a 2 in the chat. If you ain't getting the vaccine, put a 3 in the chat. So put a 1 in the chat if you got the vaccine. Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you finna get it. You working on getting the vaccine. Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 3 in the chat if you ain't getting it. Straight like that. There we go. Now, my question is to Richard. He the first person to put a 3 in the chat and probably gonna be the only person to put a 3 in it. Okay, there we go. We got a 3 in the chat and then we got a 4 undecided. Well, brother Mathis, you're really not undecided. I mean, you ain't a 3. You're not a 3. You're a 2. You just haven't made your mind up to go to 1. So you're a 2. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Rich's whole predicament is unscientific, and I don't understand it because he's had other vaccines. His is more mental than anything else. His can't be about the data. The reason that I say that, brother Richard, is because we've all heard your argument and we've listened to it before. You have a problem with technology, but you don't have a problem with technology in your cell phone, your computer, your car, your home. You don't have a problem with technology nowhere else. You just have a problem with technology advancing vaccine science. Nah, I'm not okay. So for those of you who came in late to the bill, we talked about anti-vaccines primary sources or the data that they actually have. Their data is non-existing. Where anti-vaxxers and people who refuse to get the vaccine, instead of them just saying, I'm just not taking the vaccine, they put up this argument based on data that they don't have. Because the only people with the data is the people that's in the scientific community, the people who present the information consistently, the journals, the articles, the virologists, the immunologists. They're presenting this information, and the anti-vaccine community has no information to present an argument. So therefore, their clinical trial data is non-existing. And then for the herbalist community, their elderberry data is non-existing. Their food that they say they can prevent COVID-19 or treat COVID-19, the trial for that food is non-existing. Like none of these things matter. Like they don't handle anything well at all. So realistically, they don't have no information. So when we having a conversation with these people, it's non-avoid. I would appreciate the 3. Now, Miss Blackwell, why would you be a 3? Have you had any vaccines before? Have you had MMR vaccine, chickenpox, polio, Zika? Have you had any vaccines before? Let me put it in chat. Some of y'all ain't planning to have no more kids and worried about the vaccine stopping you from having kids. The vaccine doesn't stop you from having kids. People are getting pregnant that have had the vaccine, and the antibodies are being passed down to the child. So that's a wrap. So I just want to know. I mean, I answered your question. Can you answer mine now? Have you had any vaccines before, Ms. Blackwell? Vitamin C, vitamin D, ivermectin, zinc do not treat or prevent COVID-19. Okay, thank you, Jeremy, for answering the question, because I figured that she wouldn't answer. Now, why would you have other vaccines and not get this vaccine? Because you're walking upright right now, and I'm pretty sure because you've had other vaccines, you've actually proved that vaccines do work, because you didn't mutate or anything like that. And you had the vaccines that had like eggs, where people complained about eggs being in it, the fetal cells. You had all them, the fake mercury claims. You had the old school vaccines. You had those. So those was an issue for you. I mean, people had them, when you was younger. Yeah, you had the horrible vaccines. See, the mRNA vaccines don't have no fetal cell lining in it, no egg in it, none of those preservatives in it like that. It just got some basic stuff in there. 4 ingredients that all deal with advancing the technology to get to the cell, from the cell to the ribosomes, for the ribosomes to the other ribosomes, and then it's boom, 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 build antibodies. Your mama ain't make you take it. Your mama knew. Nah, you have a choice now, but your mama saved your life. You saying your mama made you take it when you was younger, but your mama saved your life. And I'm gonna show you that in just 1 minute here. Let me see something real quick. I'm trying to see something, big bro. I know I'm late, but did you talk about Gifted? I talked about Johnson and Johnson, bro. They'll be back on the market, man. 6 out of almost 7 million people. 7 million people been vaccinated. 6 women have some rare platelets, blood clot thing happen to them, and it's a rare occasion. Didn't happen in the trials. They will proceed. Let me get the screen up right here. Let me get the screen up. Yeah. Oh no, that's my Mossy. I don't do that on y'all. Let me go here. Let me get in the keynote. I'm finna pull a keynote. I'm about to, hey, listen, bro. I don't want no smoke when I beat up on your old lady right here, man. Real intelligent like. I don't no smoke. All right. Look, I'm only doing this to help me and you. Really to help you. All right. So everybody know what's about to happen, except for her. This her first time. So she about to see it. And when I say beat up, I'm just talking crazy. I'm just talking mess. So, all right, here we go. All right. Let's deal with it. If you don't want the vaccine, you run the risk of this happening to your fingers. That's called COVID fingers. You don't get the vaccine, you'll create brain fog. You'll lose your taste and smell. And it can linger for months and months and months. It's a black lady that's 7 months in right now. You get infected with COVID-19, you can have COVID toes, discolorization in your feet. You see the spots behind that? You want your feet to look like that? Your boyfriend ain't gonna suck your toes no more. You get COVID-19, your lungs, look at this, your lungs and heart will be damaged. And you might still think that you cool, but you're gonna start developing lung and respiratory problems because you said, no, I ain't getting no vaccine. You don't want no relief. This is an asymptomatic lungs and heart that you're looking at, meaning that these people didn't even know that they was infected and they was walking around. Oh, it don't stop right there. It don't stop right there. It don't stop right there. See, this is why your mother got you vaccinated. Your mother didn't want you to look like this dude in this picture right here. Your mother didn't want you to look like this dude right here laying in the bed. You see that? That's why you got vaccinated. Your mother didn't want you to look like this person. Your mother didn't want you to look like that person. This is smallpox that you're looking at. So I ain't making this up. These people didn't have no vaccine. Smallpox ripped them apart. I ain't done. Yep, I'm done. I ain't gonna go no further. I ain't gonna go no further. Yeah, I am. Let me go on back in. Let me go back in. This is why your mama got you vaccinated, so you don't look like this person or that person. So I can do this with measles. You want to see what measles look like? What about polio? Let me show you what polio look like. That's why your mama did it. So you said you didn't have no choice. You remember you said you didn't have no choice, but today you have a choice. This is why your mama got you vaccinated, Blackwell. She didn't want you to look like these people on the screen. Now, do you see anybody like this in America? The polio. Look, walking on all fours and all that. That's the polio. Polio. You see what I'm saying? That's why your mama got you vaccinated. Measles. This is why your mama got you vaccinated, see? She ain't want a child to look like this. Craziness. Nah, my baby ain't gonna be going. No, my baby ain't finna go to this school around them old kids with all them germs and come back home with measles, mumps, rubella. Hmm? You ever seen that whooping cough? Look at that kid face. Just from coughing too much. Coughing so much you can't stop it. that it will mess with your eyes because it's constant. You got a vaccine for that. You got a vaccine for that. See, now let me stop now because now we cooking in the chat. Let me stop sharing the screen. Let me your mama was smart, Miss Blackwell. Your mama was brilliant. So let me see what DC said. Let me see. Y'all got me so messed up right now. Your skin is going to fall off and you're going to mutate, DC. Oh, she made that up. She just joking. I don't take her serious. She just joking. She don't believe that. What data told you it was safe? I showed you. You want to see the data? We can show you the data. 94% infectious. Everybody in the chat had the vaccine. You're not talking to people who haven't had the vaccine. You're actually talking to people who've been vaccinated. So you're around people that's proof positive that the vaccine works. Nobody's making it up. You see what Stacy said, her mom actually had polio. As far as the vaccine safety, the evidence showed us the clinical trial data. That's why I said if you watch the Science with Shawn videos, we're going to show you that the data was safe. Look, see German and we beating up. She getting ganged on. It's all your fault, man. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. So, moral of the story, Miss Blackwell, is your mother saved your life. That's why she got you vaccinated. Because she was vaccinated. And your grandmother was vaccinated. Your ancestors was vaccinated. Your ancestors created the methodologies in order to create vaccines. The science behind it, sorry. Nah, he didn't set up. It was just a good opportunity for her to be able to learn. And you know, it's a lot of people in the chat, and a lot of these people have been vaccinated, as you can see. Rich is the only person that was in the chat and he's been vaccinated. Rich has been vaccinated. His whole thing is that he's scared of technology. He still want a dial-up phone. I just don't trust it. You have no reason to trust it. Why we haven't turned into zombies? It's been months. See, everything is based on a what if. It's not based on facts. It's not based on facts. What you're saying is what if, what if, what if, what if. Like really, there's 190 million people. Let me rephrase. There's 900 million people in the world who have been vaccinated. Why would people vaccinate themselves to turn themselves into zombies when they're trying to, you know what I'm saying? Well, enough of the conspiracy theory. How do we know the vaccine worked? I just showed you one article that showed you the effectiveness. So I'm gonna put it back on the screen and I'm gonna eliminate your argument altogether based on data and not assumption. Here we go. You see this? Vaccine indicated 94% efficacy in preventing coronavirus disease, COVID-19. The durability of protection is currently unknown. We described the COVID-19 vaccine of Moderna's elicited binding and neutralizing antibodies in 33 adult participants in an ongoing phase 1 trial according to age at 180 days after the second dose of the vaccine, which was at day 209. So they know that through 6 months is working. So let's see if we can find anybody mutating from the mRNA vaccine. Let's do this live for the sister. Let's see. Let's see what this says. You ain't gonna like this. You're not gonna like this article by right there. The power of mRNA, the threat of mutation, and the difficulty last mile. You ain't gonna like this source right here. Because you think it's gonna say something, and then it says, look, Fauci was right about vaccines. See what I'm saying? Fauci was right about vaccines. Let's go on to another one. The evolution. Nope, I don't even want to do anything else. Sister, what I'm basically saying is the data is there that alleviates your belief. Quit arguing with people. Yeah, I'm gonna mutate into some antibodies. I'm gonna be out here COVID free when you on your. Hey, yo, Jeremy, has anyone in your family or her family ever had COVID, or have y'all even had COVID? All right. So let me see. I'm gonna drop the chat one more time. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more time, and then I'm gonna put my Under Armour and hoodie on, and I'm gonna dipset straight like that. Come on now. Link in the chat, man. Somebody. I'm waiting. Yeah, I am waiting for an answer though, for real. She ain't answering. When we supposed to turn in the zombies though? When that supposed to happen? Log out this phone. I'm logged out. Richard, you can't answer the question. You can't answer the question because you're a conspiracy theorist with no data. We don't trust nothing you say. We tried to listen to you before, but you led us astray. We try to work with you on on some of the stuff that you was saying, but you know, all your stuff is based on a faulty premise, and we don't feel like chasing you down a rabbit hole. This dude that's why he ran out of here. Man, I missed a whole message by my homeboy, boy. I'm tripping. I waiting on her answer. She still ain't answered. Oh, y'all done made her get out the stream. There you go, Richard. There go the truth. Yep. So me, my mama, my wife on team 2-shot. My 22-year-old son and 18-year-old daughter got first shot, and we all good. Non-zombie land. Facts. What up, Trick?
Not much, just dropping in, seeing what's up.
Ain't nothing going on, bro. Same old. I just had this dude take 21 calls, yo. Oh. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Bill, bro.
Oh, I got too much to build on. I just hopped on late, excited to see who's gonna say what in the chat. Throw some jokes in the background. That's about it.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And you didn't came in, hopped out, and then you're back.
Yeah, my bad. I'm on the tablet right now, messing around, trying to figure this thing out.
Okay, German said his cousin called it. Okay.
And she didn't end up catching it till like 2 weeks later or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he was miserable. He was like, "Yo, bro, I don't wish this on nobody." He was like, "Yo, take that serious." Like, he stopped practicing. He used to break dance with his crew and whatnot. So he stopped practicing and whatnot. It's like, I'm standing inside. Like, he's isolated, self-isolated. He ain't got to go to work. He don't go nowhere. But that's because he already caught it. So he understands the severity of COVID-19. Once he found out, because he thought he was going to have this immunity to it, he found out you can get reinfected. He was like, "Hell no, I'm not even taking any chances."
Not taking no chances.
At first, his girlfriend was like, kind of like, "Well, I've been living with him. If he got it, then I haven't got it." And right after he was getting through with it, then she caught it.
As usually how it happened.
Unless she was asymptomatic the first time, and the second time it was stronger.
Yeah, she could have caught different. She could have caught different variants.
Yeah, I know. And when she caught it, he was like, "Nah, I'm not going to be that close to her." Like, so he isolated from her because he had already had it the first time. He wasn't expecting, like, he found out he wasn't going to, he's like, "I can catch it the second time, I'm not doing it." But before, a lot of people grew up on conspiracy theories, the whole antibiotics, and everyone runs with it until it happens. And then now what?
Yeah, I think people like being stuck on stupid. Just in my opinion, it's easy to believe, man. It's easier to believe. Easier to believe. And when it's easier to believe, you end up with these things transpiring the way that they transpire. So
That sounds like a reminiscence. Yo, bro, you remember when you used to believe? Man, I remember when I used to believe. It was fun. Everybody in the chat, y'all remember when y'all used to believe?
Mm-hmm.
It was easy back then. Everything gonna be all right.
All right, hold up. Let me see. He said, my mom used to feel like unless she catches it, the vaccine is unnecessary. But thanks to me getting the shot and my brother, she is planning on getting it. No personal effects. Nah, we still here. Had to pause the talk. Okay, yeah, well, my bad. Look, y'all done made, listen, I told y'all we ain't finna call no function, no friction in their home. Homeboy caught COVID-19. He passed on day 5 last month. People think this right here is a joke. People think that's the joke. Like, this is too big of a deal for us to be playing these games, man. Like, people are really dying, and we want to sit here and we want to act like this ain't what it is. It's every bit of that. It's every bit of that. Every stinking bit of it. And we want to say, well, I don't want no vaccine. The risk of you saying you don't want a vaccine is potentially either creating pre-existing conditions for yourself by potentially having long COVID. You could be hospitalized or even death. That's the reality of it. You might not have no problems. You might just need to quarantine for a couple of days and you good to go. But you know, everybody ain't lucky, man.
Yeah, I'm not trying to test it. I haven't had a vaccine, so I'm going to go get an antibody test and see if I've caught it anytime in the last year. But I'm also scheduling this week to see if I can try to get a vaccine for Thursday or Friday, sometime, if not this weekend. But I don't want to wait more than the next week. Texas is opening up, and it seems like everyone forgot that stuff is going down. And it's a matter of time before these numbers start riding up. I think that little freeze that we had here in Texas stopped everybody from moving for about a week and a half, almost about 2 weeks. It just stopped everybody from moving. I think that's the only thing that probably slowed down the infection rate in Texas. But after that, we had spring break and everybody was just out and about. So I'm not taking any chances. I got my double mask up right now, and I am looking to go get my shot.
You, Stacy? Yeah. So, yeah, yep. They provide you. Yep, Trey is right. They provide you with the 800 number and the VSafe. You can go to vsafe.com. They send me a text message every day. But since I haven't had the second vaccine, when they do send me a text message, the text message now says, "Have you had your second vaccine?" If I reply no, they say you eligible for the vaccine. But they wait a few days out, and I don't get the vaccine until 2 more days. So when they text me the next time VSafe texts me, or I'm gonna update VSafe, they'll know that I actually got the vaccine, and we'll actually move on from there. So yeah, man, that's how we looking, that's how we rocking, that's how we holding it down over here on this side, Miss Blackwell. We get vaccinated over here. We promote vaccines, not for no weird reasons, but the safety of our people. If you got kids, your kids been vaccinated. You can't say they haven't. And what your kids gonna say? Well, my mama got me vaccinated. I didn't have no choice. Imagine See, that's what I showed. That's why I showed you the measles and all that, smallpox and all that, because that's a reality. Like people don't have chickenpox these days because we went through the chickenpox phase, and then they got chickenpox vaccine, and it's eradicated. So it's like it's non-existent. Like MMR is non-existent. Like a lot of the polio, like non-existent for people. So you know, you got to know where you at in the moment that you in to be able to handle your business, homie. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man. I'm not gonna hold nobody. This was a good conversation. You know, we got to answer her questions. We dealt with some pseudo, not really some pseudo, because it was irrelevant. People who catch the replay, you know, like and share and everything else. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Jeremy, man, I really appreciate you allowing Miss Blackwell to come in and ask her questions. Oh, she wasn't looking at the pictures, huh? So when I put the pictures on the screen, she started running. Oh, dirty game. Dirty game. Hey, I agree that you kind of like slick selfish though when you do that, when you don't. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was dirty.
Out of
Yeah.
sight, out of mind.
So I put the pictures up and she ran from them.
Dang.
He called you out. Because you need to see those pictures. You need to see the reality of what it is that you was afforded protection against. That's why I showed the pictures. So yeah, absolutely. He threw you under the bus. So you should see what your mother did for you, afforded you the protection against those viruses. Now that's the reality of it all. But hey, this is what we're gonna do. Subscribe to the channel. Go check out the other videos. The next time we go live, maybe you'll have some more questions for us that we can tackle and we can deal with it on a realistic perspective, not an outside perspective, but a realistic perspective. And maybe we can help you understand things more, not to tell you to get the vaccine, but to help you be able to understand and make an informed decision based on evidence and not feelings or emotions. Well, we ain't trying to push her to get the vaccine. We want to push her to be more informed. That's it. The more informed she is, and the more she knows, the less she thinks about the craziness. And then she'll realize that, you know what I'm saying? I once was at this point where I didn't believe in something until I got the evidence. Nah, no problem, Ms. Blackwell. We here to support. But like I said, it's not just about vaccines. It's about African culture, traditions. You know, we deal with, you know, African American experience, the African experience all over the continent. You know, we deal with the historical narratives. We're about primary evidence. We do primary research. You know what I'm saying? We write books and all of those things. We do all of that. Oh man, sometimes it's always the second person to help get the message delivered. So anytime, bro. You know, I'm here to support. That's what we do it for. When we say we do it for the people, we actually do it for the people. You know what I'm saying? We actually do what we do to move our people forward. Like we have an agenda, and our agenda is about saving our lives. Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming to the squad and all the affiliate families. On that note, Trick, I'm out, and everybody else, we out.
These things.
Log in to KofiPaisatV.com and get Spears of the Mossy Volume 1 by Kofi Paisai Research Team, from Spears the Pen Volume 2 by Kofi Paisai Research Team, Spiritual Combat Volume 3 by Kofi Paisai Research Team, One Night Before Bed by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny, Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland by Kofi Paisai, From Cocaine to Consciousness by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny, As I Learned, We All Learn by Kofi Paisai. Also, if you want fresh merch, go to our online store, Family Connect Apparel, and get all the brands. Also, get our 54 deck of quiz and educational cards available now on KofiPaisaitv.com.